Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith. I am coming to you live from my kitchen for my wrap-up of UFC 207. What a night, what an incredible night of fights. So let's focus on the two big fights. Cody Garbrandt is your new bantamweight champion. I am shocked. I am numb. Dominick Cruz was and still is my favorite fighter in the UFC, so it was a little weird seeing him defeated. But he was basically out Dominick Cruzed. You had to figure that eventually a fighter would come along who would figure out the timing of Dominick Cruz. And that's exactly what Cody Garbrandt was able to do. Cody didn't land the knockout shot, although he did put Cruz on his back a couple of times throughout the fight, but wasn't able to finish him. But he was able to connect, and he was able to do something that we haven't seen Dominick do in a long time. He made Dominick Cruz miss, and miss often. It's like he was able to get the right measurements in the fight and the right distance in order to win the fight. So congratulations to Cody. One of the things I really liked seeing was there was a lot of animosity between these two men leading up to the fight, but at the end of it, you saw nothing but respect from the two of them, which is always a wonderful thing to see. And also a very touching story of seeing Cody come to the octagon with the young man who, of course, had been dealing with cancer. So that was very touching as well. We'll see what's next. Cody's saying that he wants to give Dominick Cruz an immediate rematch. Of course, TJ Dillashaw, who was successful tonight in his fight, wants a title shot right away. So we'll see how that plays out. Although I'm quite sure we have not seen the last of Dominick Cruz, and we'll see how it goes next time. But congratulations to Cody Garbrandt and his team. They looked at the tape. They effectively were able to solve the puzzle that is Dominick Cruz. So congratulations again to them. And Dominick Cruz, can't wait to see you back. Now, in regards to the main event, interesting story here. Ronda Rousey, of course, had taken the last year and a bit off after her stunning defeat to Holly Holm. Of course, Holly Holm defeated her mainly by outstriking her. Amanda Nunes, the current bantamweight champion, came into this fight after outstriking Miesha Tate. So you would think that Ronda Rousey would be somewhat prepared for striking. Not so much. Ronda Rousey went down in 48 seconds. 48 seconds in a fight that wasn't even close. The exact same way that Amanda Nunes was able to one-sidedly destroy Miesha Tate was the same way she went into this fight and absolutely destroyed Ronda Rousey. I have a couple of thoughts on this. The first one being is I'm completely surprised that Ronda Rousey's team didn't have her more prepared. I think that her team absolutely failed her because you're going into a fight where you know you're going to be going against a woman who was known for her striking, and she had absolutely no answer for that. It wasn't like she was taken out in like the middle of the round or taken out in a later round. She was taken out within the first minute of the round. So she was completely ill-prepared. So that completely shocked me. I was also very disappointed with Ronda Rousey as well. Ronda Rousey, of course, made $3 million just to show up to fight tonight. And at the end of it, no post-fight interview, put her tail between her legs, and ran out of the octagon. Amanda Nunes had to chase down Ronda Rousey's team to shake what members of the team she was able to before they got out of the octagon. Now, I want to say this. I understand that this is a professional sport and this is their career and this is something that's very near and dear to them. I get that. But I also get that a lot of people showed up at T-Mobile Arena, a lot of Ronda Rousey supporters who paid a lot of money for those tickets to see her fight. And I think it's really disappointing that she couldn't have taken the 2 seconds necessary to say, hey, thanks to the fans who came out to support me. One of the things that was said tonight between Cody Garbrandt and Dominick Cruz, and something we've heard Conor McGregor say a lot of times, and I compare Conor McGregor in this because there's a lot of times where you hear Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey being talked about, the two biggest fighters in the UFC. You win with dignity and you lose with dignity. We've seen Ronda Rousey lose twice now, and both times it's been the same thing, tail between the legs and leave. Whereas when she wins, a lot of times she's very quick to trash talk the person that she just beat. I thought that was pretty disappointing. Whether or not she's back in the octagon again, mildly concerned about that. It's pretty clear right now that there isn't anybody in that women's division who really seems like they're a viable threat to Amanda Nunes, with the exception perhaps of Kat Zingano. So if Ronda Rousey has closed this chapter of her UFC career, I wish her all the best in her future endeavors. And I hope that she has people around her that are going to be sincere and support her. As far as Amanda Nunes is concerned, of course, after the fight, we saw the index finger to the lips, which of course is the sign of shushing the crowd. And I think she pretty much did. I mean, she came into a fight where she was the champion, but she was the underdog, and she pretty much had to carry a lot of this pay-per-view because Ronda Rousey wasn't doing any press. I'm not necessarily sure what Ronda Rousey was doing with all of her extra time. Clearly, it wasn't working on her striking. Anyways, let me know what you thought about the fight. CFL_fan on Twitter, Facebook.com/WhittyWhittier, WhittyWhittier.com. Thank you so much for checking this out. My name is Keith, and I'll talk to you soon.